Okay, so we're going to do the short ribs now. This will be a two-part process because I'm going to show you how I put it all together, and then we'll have to come back later because it's going to take probably 2 hours cooking really slow to get these nice and tender. So what I did is I seasoned the short ribs with salt and pepper. Again, in a heavy skillet, doesn't have to be like this one. You want to put some oil in there and get them nice and brown. Get a lot of color on them. This is exactly the color you're looking for. Out. Back here. All right, and in this same pot, and it's still hot, I'm going to add the mirepoix. So it's the onion, celery, and carrots, just like we did before. That's about 3 cloves of garlic, a half of a large onion, 2 carrots, and about 3 stalks of celery. My sous chef was around, he probably would have picked that up. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to saute this real quick. Then I'm going to add some tomato paste, and you probably haven't seen tomato paste in a water like this before. That's because you know, a lot of times I try to keep a tube of tomato paste because sometimes I just need a teaspoon, use it a little bit. But even the small cans, if I don't have that and I only need a little, I just wrap it up and put it in the freezer because it keeps. Now I've got probably just exactly what I need here, and I don't have to open another can, or I didn't have to waste all that. So we're not trying to cook these all the way through. Just cook the onions, see how they're starting to get a little translucent. That's about right. I'm going to add this tomato paste. And obviously the tomato paste is going to add some flavor, but it's also going to add some texture to the sauce. And when you add tomato paste, you really need to make sure you cook it. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to add probably 4 or 5 peppercorns in there. Okay. Yeah.
And those were peppercorns?
Yep, whole black peppercorns. Okay. Now, we are going to add probably a cup or so, maybe a cup and a half, maybe 2 cups of red wine. And that could be a Cabernet. Pretty much that's what I use, Cabernet. But it could be a Merlot, whatever you want. And let that simmer for a second. And then I'm going to put the short ribs back in, and I'll cover them. But I think you can tell. See how there's already it's already thickened up a little bit in there, so it's already starting to get some body. That's from the tomato paste. Okay, I'm going to turn this down a hair now. It's ripping. Now, I'm going to put those short ribs back in here. If I had some fresh thyme growing in the garden, which I normally do, I just haven't put any in there yet, I would put a couple sprigs of fresh thyme in here. And then later on, when these are finished, I'll strain this and I'll make sauce. and there'll be way more sauce than what I'm gonna need for this dinner. And that's when you put it up in bags. And when you're gonna make a marsala, or you're gonna do something where you a fillet and you want a nice sauce, you've already got it ready in the freezer. People are always going, how do you make your sauce? Where do you get it from? Well, that's where I get it. The other thing.
I don't know if they can hear the car away.
Oh, really? I hope they can. So we want to cover the.
You start to say the other thing.
Well, the other thing is when we made stock the other day, if you didn't use all that stock for your onion soup, you put that in the. You can freeze that too, and then instead of putting water in like I did now, you can put stock in. Oh, that's hot, by the way. So on this, that's not funny. So on this, the lid's on. You want to leave the lid on. You check it once in a while, and it's going to take a second because of that water for it to come up in temperature. And then you just want a little roll, just real slow simmer. And that's going to be a couple hours, I'm going to guess. The way you're going to know if that's done or not. The way you're going to know is you can take a fork or a knife and just stick it into the meat, and if it goes in and out really easy, it's nice and tender, you're ready to go. I don't know how many of you have a lot of knives. I happen to have a lot of them, and this is what I set up to keep my knives. I didn't want them laying on the side, or you can't find them, hitting them with your hand and cutting yourself. So that's just cork back there, and I made a piece that fits right in the drawer, and all the knives just go in and they slide right in and stand up. So this is the way they used to look, like that. And that's not really how you want to store your knives. So we'll catch you a little later, and we'll finish this whole thing up, and I'll show you how it looks plated.